Recording. So, today we're talking about gas mileage and depreciation. Put today's date on there, 5/19. All right. What does MPG stand for? Sawyer. Miles per gallon. Can you tell with my pen color and my handwriting that I'm the one who made this?
Not at all.
What's mileage?
Ooh.
Yeah?
Not so many miles your car travels are registers, right?
Right, and it's not necessarily like how many miles total your car has gone, but whatever for that trip. So this is how many miles. So when a question asks what the mileage is and what the miles per gallon are, those are two different things. Anybody know what it's called? The thing that tells you how many miles your car has traveled? Grace.
The odometer.
The odometer. It helps that it's written right there. Odometer.
I need my calculator.
Anybody know what the thing is called in your car that tells you what speed you're going?
Oh.
Speedometer. Yep. There's like 8 of you that said like the first part of it. Speedometer. All right. Now let's say you're going on a trip. You're gonna definitely need a calculator today. So if you've been avoiding it, go get it.
Stay here. No, this thing here is. Pull this thing. No.
I was waiting for you to just fly in me.
So this person set their odometer. On your odometer, there's like a button you can push, or sometimes you can set it on your steering wheel with newer cars. And you can basically say, I want this trip that I'm taking right now to begin now. And then it'll start you at 0. It's not like the odometer reading for the entire car is 0. It'll still keep like telling you how many miles you're going for the life of the car. But it'll also tell you how long you've been on a trip for, or how many miles you've been doing that. So if your first odometer reading, if you're just going off by how many miles your car has on it, if it starts with 854 and it ends with 1076, how do you figure out how many miles you've driven? Jackson, just subtract them. Everybody in your calculator or in your head?
Those are big numbers you do in your head.
Not too bad. Okay, what number did you guys put in first? This one you should have put in first, because if you did it the other way, what would you get? A negative number. And hopefully if you did that, you were like, well, that doesn't make any sense, and you didn't write that down.
I just.
Okay, great question. If you take your car and you run it backwards, will it take miles off your odometer?
No.
It will not. It'll add to it. It's not about how many times your wheels go this way or this way. It's how many rotations your wheels do either way. So if you drive backwards for 3 miles, 3 miles will be added to your odometer. You cannot take miles off your odometer by going backwards. You used to be able to. Has anybody ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yes.
Where he tries to take miles off his car by running it backwards. And really old cars used to be able to work like that, but new cars definitely do not. And by new, I mean anything in the last 20 years. Yeah?
Can't you also just do the first one minus the second one and then just remove the negative side?
Yes, but I don't want you guys to get in the habit of just subtracting them any way you want and then fixing it later. Like, I do need you guys to understand that the bigger number comes first. Okay? Because that will become a problem later. When it's really easy when we're talking about something like odometers, right? Because we know that your answer is not going to be negative. But when you're doing something like in a Math 9 class or an Algebra 2 class or something like that, you don't want to not know the order. So it's good to be in practice now. All right, now how do we find the miles per gallon? We know that you use 12 gallons of gas. How do I find out my miles per gallon? Sawyer.
Take the miles and divide by the gallons.
Miles divided by the gallons, so you're gonna take 222, you're gonna divide by 12. $18.5 miles per gallon. Is that good? Not very good.
That's nice.
Well,
That's
what
for
are you,
small
what are
cars
you
when you're
driving?
but like SUV.
Depends on what you're driving and where you're driving it, right? If you're on the highway and you're getting 18.5 miles per gallon, that stinks for anything. If you are, got a big gas guzzling truck or something that is towing something else and you are in town, that's pretty good. Okay? All right, so, second problem, definitely get somebody a prize. Prizes today include I'm a winner signs and a genuine compliment from me to you. Are you ready? All right, hands up.
Wait, for which one?
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
We're not doing this star stuff yet, we're just doing these two right here. Hands up high. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it? Okay. 2.
For the miles driven, I got 6,172,
Mm-hmm.
and then I divided that by 380 gallons and got 22.04 is what I rounded it out to.
Yep, it is 04, not 05, you're right. Make sure you always write miles per gallon, you gotta label all of these, so miles and miles per gallon. If you don't have that written out, then write them in now. Grace, what would you like? You want, I want her sign or you want a compliment? Okay. It's not very tough to think of a nice thing about you, Grace, because you're possibly one of the nicest students that I have right now. I think that you are, which is really tough when you're a teenager, because teenagers